Hello everyone, Spaced Oyster here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. In the last episode, we tackled a couple of uninteresting hunts, and in this episode we'll be tackling a few more. And I am extremely upset because I was in the middle of recording when my computer crashed. So much fun! Yeah, it crashed, and I saved the audio recording, but not the visuals. So now I have to do everything again. Just, I don't get a lot of opportunities to record, and when I do, I would like to be able to do that. Kupo, I hope you're not angry with me for using you to lure out the hunter stalker, Kupo. Talk may be cheap, but you must believe me. I would never have done such a thing if I didn't have complete faith in your success, Kupo. I didn't doubt for a moment. Still, I am sorry for putting you in harm's way, Kupo. You have my most sincere apologies. But here you are, back safe and sound. I do hope this won't give you second thoughts about continuing your work with Clan Centurio, Kupo. Yep, and we're a Knight of the Round, and we can't use that summon, and it's a shame, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, from Monteblec, we're picking up the hunt of the Ancient Man of Mystery. He's the petitioner once again. I've received reports that a certain sword has been stolen, Kupo, from whom, of course, I'm not at liberty to say. The individual accepted a challenge to single combat from an ancient man of mystery, but lost, the victor then absconding with his sword, Kupo. If you accept the contract, I can tell you more. Didn't I already do that? I had a feeling you might accept, Kupo. Now, this individual is not so concerned with the stolen sword as he is with his stolen honor. He is a swordsman of some repute, you see, and has been so distraught he cannot sleep. He has nightmares about this ancient man of mystery. Can you imagine? He can't sleep, but still has nightmares. How terrible, Kupo. Forgive me, Kupo, I digress. Now, he met the challenge of this ancient man of mystery on a bridge, and I happen to know where this bridge is. Travel to the Lusu mines, Kupo. You should find your mark on one of the bridges within the mine. They say he's quick on his feet, this ancient man of mystery. Be sure to defeat him if you wish to fulfill the terms of the contract, Kupo. Ooh, let's get going. And I just realized I forgot to pick up the other hunt I'm tackling as well. Yeah, technical difficulties like that just make life so much better. I'm not bitter at all. Alright, anyway, our next hunt we pick up from a regular hunt board at pretty much anywhere. And it's the one I intended to do first, so I should have grabbed it first. We're going after the Death Scythe. And this Death Scythe, the petitioner is Popol over in Nalbina. So next we're going to teleport to the South Gate. I know I can just fly to Nalbina, but this guy's closer to the teleport stone, and then I'm gonna have to use the teleport stone, so it all evens out. Or teleport crystal, whatever. And over to Nalbina. And everyone's still floating. I love the float boots. Or whatever they're called. I think they're the winged boots. Whatever works. I like them. Alright, so Popol is this guy here. Yawn. I haven't slept in days. I can't sleep. Huh? A bill? Right. The bill. It's just like I wrote. Every night, the same dream. A death scythe, waiting to seize my soul. Will you help me? Will you rid me of this demon? Who'd have thought I'd be so happy just to find someone to listen to my story? Where to begin? I suppose I'm no one to blame but myself. Not long ago, I went to the Nechrohall of Nabudis, looking to find weapons. Anything. Alright, I was grave robbing, I admit it. Tales of the Reapers of Nabudis are far known, the spirits of warriors who could not defend their king in life, and so fight on in death. It's said they become death scythes, haunting anyone foolish enough to plunder the slain. They're just stories, I said, but ever since when I close my eyes to sleep, it's there, waiting. Surrender the axe. They say it weakens its victims before taking his soul, and I don't know how much longer I can hold on. You must kill it, and quickly. I'm sure you'll see it where I found the axe. I entered the ruins and went down a stairway, walked further in, then took another stairway up. It's deep within the ruins, and I know it's much to ask, but I've nowhere else to turn. Please, I don't want to die. At the same time, it's kinda good I had to re-record that, because last time I did not give him an appropriate voice for his situation. Kinda made a little bit too light on that. Anyway, we're going to now teleport to the Silika Wood, and we're going to enter the Nechrohall of Nabudis from the Silika Wood entrance. I do believe the location that the Death Scythe is in is closest to that entrance rather than the one in the Nabreus Deadlands. Alright, and then I'm also going to be using Zeromus in this episode. Well, for a little bit of this episode. But Zeromus needs a bit more care than other espers. Care and preparation. So I'm probably going to need to change up Penello's gambits a smidge in order to successfully use him. But it should be worth it. Zeromus is a very powerful esper to have on your side. I believe he's capable of breaking the damage cap with his limit break. And the calculations for his damage output are predictable, but a bit annoying. Anyway, let's go into the Nechrohall first. And then let's summon, and then I'll change my gambits up. Alright. So, Mist, summon, Zeromus. Alright, and then gambits, we're going to want to have Penello using Decoy, and I wonder if targeting Guest will make her use it on Zeromus. It will not. Okay, so I'm going to have to do that manually. Or, yeah, we're just gonna have to use it manually. You want to cast Decoy on Zeromus because his attacks will deal more damage the more damage he is taken. And it missed. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just run around as him and let him lead the charge and get attacked and hurt and everything. Okay. And that's enough of that. I hate this already. Ugh. This is going poorly. I hate these back nammies. I do not like using Zeromus. Today's just been terrible. Anyway, if you're serious about using Zeromus, though, just keep throwing up Decoy until it sticks, although he probably is immune, and I couldn't tell because his model was off screen. Oh, wow, that did a lot more damage than I thought. Althir! Oh, I forgot to change this back. Ugh, I'm just so forgetful lately. But with Zeromus, his attacks will deal more. His attacks deal more damage to lower his HP. I think it was even supposed to. Big Bang is supposed to deal damage equal to the difference between his current HP and his max HP. But whatever the case, he was able to one-shot all those things. And how is that a one-hit KO? I didn't even catch what went on there. You know what? It doesn't matter. I know I said I was going to put off exploring the Nechrohall until we got to the proper side quest that is really featured in here. But since we have to come back here for a lot of hunts anyway, it doesn't matter all that much. We'll just explore the parts of the Nechrohall we need to, then leave. Let's see, and I guess in other news that doesn't relate to my absolutely shitty computer setup that is absolutely shitty. I can't really think of much else. I've been playing probably a bit too much of that fake Grand Order on the phone. I guess technically iOS. You could probably play it on your computer if you wanted to. Point is, it's been making me sad because I ran a simulation for the rolling in that game to try and get characters. You know, to see how many hypothetical rolls it would take to get to the one character I wanted within the 5 days he's available. And I rolled hundreds of times, spending hypothetically thousands of dollars, and never saw him once. Which is extremely, excruciatingly frustrating. I suppose I could trade in my higher rarity characters. You can trade them in for a special currency, and then when you get 10 of those, you can trade those in for a specific character. But I don't actually have any characters of a high enough rarity to do that. How did I... Oh, wait, no, I didn't miss that last time. Anyway, back here we have Silence Go, which is just AoE silence. And you'll notice this chest looks very weird. That's because it's a mimic. Well, they're technically Pandora's now. We just opened Pandora's box. Is it wrong that I kind of hope it ends the world now? Probably, but I don't really care. You're gonna have to forgive me for not knowing the Nechrohall very well. I did get the Zodiac Spear here once when I was playing on PlayStation 2, but I got quickly bored of the game when I did that, so I never finished that playthrough. Which is a real shame. I could have just stopped using it and kept the difficulty about the same. I don't know, it's this weird situation. I saw this one thing called Nitpick Theater that Jim Sterling does. I didn't actually know he did it. Anyway, the point is, the nitpick he was going on about was in Pokemon, how they have a bunch of hidden stat values. And basically, his approach to the game is that he plays it casually, but he wants to play it as well as he possibly can, casually. And Pokemon just really screws him over, because if he ignores all the extra stuff in Pokemon, like hidden, initial values and effort values, then he's not making the most he can of the game. But if he plays the game but ignores those features, then he's basically knowingly playing the game badly, and it bothers him. And that's pretty much the same position I get into when I play Pokemon. It's kind of tough to ignore those features when you know they're there, even though it's perfectly fine to ignore those features and just have fun. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I related to, and that was the same thing for not using the Zodiac Spear. I wanted to use it because, I mean, I had it and I had the license for it, and not using it would just be like artificially crippling myself. And asking your players to artificially cripple themselves for the sake of making your game fun, I don't know. For me, that doesn't really work out. It's a problem I have with Breath of the Wild, too. You know, the best way to enjoy it is to make sure you upgrade your armor just enough to where you're still taking decent damage, and you put your own self-restrictions on healing items. You can make the game a lot more challenging and fun that way. But the fact that you have to consciously avoid playing the game well is just something that, well, kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. And I hate those big statue thingies. They're like that, I think it was the Goliath hunt from the last part. Really hate them. What do we have here? The Door of Horrors. A medallion would fit neatly in the depression. The word bravery has been carved within. Let's try opening it. Held fast by an unknown mechanism. I bet if we had a thing with the word bravery carved on it, we'd be able to open that. Protectiga! It is here! I didn't think it would be here, but it's here! Protectiga is just AoE Protect. It's super duper handy and I like having it. If you do like to run around and have all your a lot of your buffs active, then definitely start doing that once you get your AoE ones like Protectiga. I know it's late in the game, but honestly you don't need buffs for your general exploration until about this point. And even then, you don't really need those either. They can help out though, so if you want to use them, by all means, go right ahead. Yeah, we already explored all that, so let's keep going. Alright, so this is the area we needed to be in to get the hunt, the Cloister of the Highborn. Excuse me. However, the Death Scythe will not show up unless one of our characters drops below 10% HP. Usually my evil plan is to just turn off, Cura, or, and just use the 30% healing gambit, and then hope for the best. But you know what? I'm just going to explore this place as much as I can, find all the neat stuff, like the spell Bravery, and then once I'm satisfied in my explorations, I'll find a safe place and manually lower my health. And by manually, I mean I'm gonna have the characters hurting themselves. Oh, another thing I saw that really confused me was an advertisement for the second season of 13 Reasons Why, and I pretty much found myself asking why when I saw that, because the one season of 13 Reasons Why neatly tied up all of the loose ends. We didn't need another 13 Reasons Why. Oh, that's an oversoul. I thought that was the thing mentioning the Death Scythe, but it's not. It's just a regular enemy that I hate. Which was dead. And sadly, a character getting KO'd does not count as having their health fall below that 10% threshold. A Scathe moat. I should probably be using moats more often. Scathe in particular would be really handy. I don't know if the moats would factor in the stats of the character who uses them, or if they have a fixed percentage to them. Door of Despair. Let's examine this one. A medallion would fit neatly in the depression. The word might has been carved within. How does might counteract despair? Like, I can get bravery being the opposite of horror, but how is might the opposite of despair? I mean, unless they weren't going for it, and you need might to conquer despair, but that's not really true either. Oh, that wouldn't have been it. Oh, yeah, that room right there. I believe that is the room that would have the Zodiac Spear in it. If you're on the PlayStation 2, and you avoided opening all those chests I indicated on my playthrough. Yes. So annoying. And resistant. What? Another one? Oh, wait, no. It's the exact same one. It just has apparently infinite HP when it's almost dead. What's this? I don't know what that is, but there's a treasure right here. Black robes. Neat. Is that better than Penelo's white robes? Yes, they are. But I'm gonna go ahead and give the white robes to Bosch. Wait, no. I'm gonna give the white robes to Ash. And you know what? Let's go ahead and equip her with a golden amulet just in case. I don't think she needs it, but... Oh, right, I forgot. Bosch has the winged boots. Let's swap that out for a tourmaline ring for now. Let's have you equip the winged boots. And then we'll keep going. Anyway, yeah, that room back there probably would have had the Zodiac Spear, I think, unless my memory is lying to me, because it does that a lot. Getting the Zodiac Spear in this version of the game is a bit more tricky. I have to do... It's... you get it through the Hunt Club. If you, give those three brothers the trophies that you collect from the rare game that start to spawn after you talk to them. You give them their trophies a specific way, and they'll give you a Zodiac Spear as a reward. I think there are a few other items they can give you as a reward. They can also give you a ribbon, and I think there's also a very rare piece of armor they can supply you with. Either way. No matter what you do with them, they give you something good. I'll see if I can find all of the rare game they want me to track down, and then I can show you different combinations for the rewards. But I'm not that motivated. Let's see, 824 gil. Oh, that was critical HP. This is turning into a nightmare. I was so sure Vaughn's health had been lowered enough, but I would have been wrong. Oh well. Ah, you missed. Alright, so that's pretty much the whole floor cleared, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the thing to spawn, and I will meet you guys back here when it's arrived. Alright, we got it to spawn. I removed all of Vaughn's armor, and I also took away Fran's weapon, and I had her smack him around a bunch to make it spawn. Alright, and then let's... I also turned off everyone's gambits so Penelo wouldn't try to keep healing him. Or anyone, for that matter. Anyway. The Death Scythe here, he is not very, tricky. Doesn't even have anything to dispel. Okay. Well then, Fran, you are gonna try and berserk him. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, and if he's berserk, then you can avoid those tricks. He can inflict stop with his attacks, which is annoying, so I'm gonna give everyone power armlets to counteract that. If I can find them. I think they're up. No, they were not. Okay, power arm. There we go. And then I'll have to re-equip those other ones later. But yeah, being able to do stop on hit is pretty much the worst he's got up his sleeve. And then a Nechrohall tier for Vaughn. And then what may be obvious or not so obvious is that this guy is weak to Holy. He also likes to use the skill Annul, which I think drains all of your MP. A few of the other enemies of the similar type have been using it on us on our way here, so I don't need to explain that. But yeah, he's pretty simple. Just have him go berserk, make sure you're immune to stop, and you can kick his ass. He makes himself immune to physical damage. Yay. In that case... Does Vaughn know any spells? He does. Alright, let me double check this thing's weaknesses real quick. Yeah, he's weak to Holy and absorbs Dark, and he takes half from everything else. But half from everything else is more than enough, so... Well, half to every other element, that is. Drain. And then Penelo. Why did I turn that off? Well, you know what? Doesn't matter. She should have a good offensive spell I can use. And let's have her use Blizzara. Okay. And then he's just gonna start comboing you to death. And it looks like he's gonna use death, too. Oh! I see the problem. Fran using Drain. Okay. Fran, we're gonna have to train Drain. It's probably not gonna work, but let's try Graviga. He's immune to gravity. Okay. Okay, let's swap Fran out for Ash for now, since she's going to be useless. Fran, not Ash. Oh, thank goodness for black mages. Alright, and then let's go ahead and drop Ash, bring Fran back in, and fix my gambits back up. Why is that even up there? You should be attacking Earthweak first. Okay, anyway. And then Penelo. Yeah, I guess I could have used Bosch for that too, since he knows Holy. But not a big deal no matter how you approach it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and report this one back to the petitioner, and I will see you guys there. Alright, we're back here at Popol, the client. Let's talk to him. You're back! Thank you so much for helping me. I couldn't keep my eyes open any longer. I fell asleep. The death dice was there, as always, but then it just vanished. I knew then that you had killed it. To be awake again. When you're haunted by a death scythe, you're never really awake. Before the war, me and a friend of mine had a smithy, but he's gone now. Who knows? Maybe it's time I gave that another try. Well, if it isn't Jovi! Jovi, over here! What do you want, Popol? If you're still trying to get rid of that cursed axe of yours, I'm not interested. A cursed axe is cursed no more. This fellow killed the spirit that had been haunting me. Snort. Well, that's Jovi for you. I can never thank you enough. You saved me from a fate worse than, well, a deadly fate at any rate. Thank you. Alrighty. Now it's on to our next hunt, which I probably should have made its own episode. But you know what, it's gonna be pretty short, so I'll just go ahead and tack it on here. Why not? Why not? Anyway, we're gonna teleport to the Lusu Mines. And for this encounter, more than any other, make sure you bring someone who knows how to steal. So, my recommendation is, Vaughn, since he starts with steal, is definitely a good candidate. I believe both Thier and Fran also start with it. Either way, whoever you plan on having steal for you, make sure you give them the thief's thingamajig, thief's cuffs. As for Fran, I'm gonna give her... Well, she's gonna be tanking, so I want her to be able to take hits. I have no idea what I want to give her. Let's just go ahead and pop on her... No, not the cat ear hood. Hermes sandals. That boosts her strength and gives her a permanent haste. And let's give Penelo the Sage's ring, so that way she can cast spells freely. Alright. And then let's go ahead and turn on our gambits. I'm going to give Vaughn one new gambit. I'm going to have him do Ally Any and Protectiga. And since Shikari can learn Protectiga, I figured I might as well have him use that. Fran's going to turn on her Decoy and Bubble, and Penelo is going to turn on Decoy and Bubble. And target Fran with Decoy. Alright. Let's get buffed up, and then ready to move forward. Alright, and I'm going to run around as Vaughn for this, slow things down, and here we go.
Now we fight.
Yep, our ancient man of mystery is none other than Greg. Yeah, make sure you're using the thief's cuffs on that. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I know why I had that one gambit now. I'm gonna go ahead and give Vaughn a priority gambit of foe lowest HP. For this battle, you don't really need to worry about much. Enkaidu, the wolf that's helping Greg out, he can use Sonic Fangs to potentially one-hit KO, and another attack that hits in an area of effect. Gilgamesh himself, he's going to just wail on one person. So make sure you set up decoy, bubble, all the stuff to help you stay alive.
You face the mightiest swordsman in all evil East. You face me, Gilgamesh! Long have I sought the blade of legend. Scoured have I the furthest marches, east and west. And now my search brings me here, to you. Your weapons are forfeit to me.
Alright. And yeah, every time a cutscene plays, that's a subtle sign from you that you can steal something new. I'm gonna turn off... oh, no. For now, I'm actually gonna just turn off offensive gambits. I don't want to have to deal with Gilgamesh going into another phase before I'm able to steal his stuff. Oh. I didn't steal it. What? What? Oh, never mind. That was the right thing to do. Actually, I'm gonna keep these off for now, so that way it's easier to toggle them off and on. Yeah. So every time you see a new cutscene, that's your signal to steal from him. He's gonna have something new in each phase. So first, it was just the potion and the high potion. Next one, it's going to be, and then we got the gill.
I fought worse. Ha!
Alright, let's go ahead and try the steal first. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to take it back. What? Just a potion? What? 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 Anyway, Gilgamesh is also voiced by the guy who does the voice of Bender from Futurama, so yeah, hopefully that's noticeable. Maybe the thieves' gloves were a bad idea? Oh, wait, no, never mind. There are 3 phases. 3 phases where we only get potions. Okay, I'm freaking out for nothing. I'm gonna freak out every time it's just a potion, though. Gilgamesh is the only source of the Genji gear. I guess I don't have to worry too much about turning off those offensive gambits. We're not lowering his health that much, or that quickly.
I fought worse. Ha!
And I think every sword he's pulling out is a reference to other games in the series. Alright, and now we're having trouble stealing, so I'm gonna turn those gambits off again. Sorry if this isn't very boring, very interesting to watch, but I really want the Genji gear. I almost never get it. I almost never make it this far into the game. Alright, we got the Genji shield. I'll show that to you later. For now, we're gonna focus on getting the Genji stuff. The Genji shield is very useful for classes that only get a few weapons, a few weapons that they can use shields with. Specifically, Machinist and Bushi. Normally, Machinists can't use shields, but they do get those measures, which are one-handed weapons. So having access to
I fought worse.
Genji armor helps them out with that. Alright, first we turn off those offensive gambits. He also does reapply buffs to himself every time he changes phases, so if you would like, you can dispel those. I think I'll go ahead and do that, actually. But the Genji stuff is good for Bushi because you get the Genji shield, and there is a one-handed, a one-handed katana that they added into the game. So, if you're doing single jobs, you can use the Genji gear to allow your
This sword I made is no counterfeit.
to allow your Bushi to be able to use offensive abilities like that. And then when he gets to this phase, he's going to start using Ultimate Illusion, and he makes himself immune to everything. Now, it looks like he can inflict sleep with his attacks occasionally as well. Anyway, the perfect defense will wear off after he's used Ultimate Illusion 3 times. It is a straight line area of effect skill, I believe. So if you really want to dodge it, just make sure you position your other two non-decoy characters behind Greg. Oh hey, it already fell. Never mind. Anyway, we also stole the Genji gloves. Those are a useful accessory for Bushi and Shikari. I believe they boost your combo rate, and that's never a bad thing. Also, I like this track. It's called Battle on the Big Bridge. Although the version they play in Final Fantasy XIV is a lot better. Way to block, Fran! Oh my gosh! Yeah, that does technically count as a victory, but also we technically did not finish the hunt, so we can't collect a reward for this just yet. Also, if you have a black mage, make sure they're using non-elemental spells, because he takes half damage from everything. Alright, and then Greg Part 2 requires a bit of a higher level, so I'm going to put off Greg Part 2 until later. Anyway, let's go ahead and show off that new gear first. Actually, Fran's got a shield equipped. The Genji shield. So its evade is a bit lower, but it does have magic evade too, so it's a good all-around shield, I suppose. And then the Genji gloves. Improves chance of scoring multiple hits. Excellent for Shikari or Bushi, but right now only Fran or Balthier can equip it. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call that an episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Spaced Oyster, signing out.